The baddest DJ this side of town. Mixing the heat.
Ladies and gentlemen,
DJ Disspare.
Yo, I want to send a big salute to my brother right here, SLATE Stone, the man, the jack of all trades. Yo. Okay, I don't know where I want to start with this. Tell us where you come from.
Peace and blessings, everybody. My name is SLATE Stone Music. I come from a city called Lubbock, Texas. It's more like a big town, about 300,000 people, though, out in West Texas, home of Texas Tech. And that's pretty much about it. That's where I'm from. I've traveled across the U.S. I've lived in a few different cities. And right now I'm up north. I'm in Michigan right now. So
Nice.
where I'm from, man.
So what do you actually do? Like, you're a jack of all trades, man. Like, you have a radio station, you promote and advertise music, you're a motivational speaker. Like, brother, like, I love you to death. Like, you just do so much. Like, it's just like you motivate me every day. So, like, give us a little bit about who SLATE Stone really is.
No doubt. SLATE Stone, first off, I am a student. I'm an original man. And with that being said, I'm a student under the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, the life-giving teachings, learning who I am, knowledge of self, being an original man, the maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, the God of the universe, meaning that all this in this planet, all this in this universe is within my grasp. And so with that being said, I'm able to do everything. Some of those small things. My first main mission is raising and resurrecting our people mentally that are dead, mentally and spiritually. So with that being the mission, all that comes with it, there's so much different ways that you can reach people, creating awareness, reaching equity, because I care, creating awareness, reaching equity across all forms. So that being my main mission, I do different things. I reach them through radio, creating my own radio platform, sharing the truth, speaking truth to power on social media, giving actual facts when I find them and as I learn them, because I'm always still a student. So through radio, doing that, through my music as an MC, speaking the truth, speaking my life, speaking what it is that I feel that's on my mind, sharing, teaching as I learn, growing, connecting people in all forms, through networking on and offline. But the main job that I operate in, which I could give it, like you said, a jack of all trades, many titles, community development as a network distribution specialist. But community development, as I've been taught from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, is building people and connecting people with people. And I've been blessed to operate in that gift and do that for 20 plus years. Like I said, it's on and offline. So with community development comes everything: the music, the radio, the magazines, the blog sites, the rapping, the teaching, the passive income, the passive impact. All those things connect together in my universe for the mission that I gave you earlier. And it's to, reach our people. That's the ultimate aim. In community development, as far as with what I do, it's not always a hand clap or a salute or a pat on the back or money in your pocket when you do it. You just genuinely do it out of service, out of love, and out of the aim, regardless of what you get from it. And that's what I do. That's who I am. That's what I'm about.
I got to give you that because I've been working with you for a long period of time. Been on PHENOM radio for a lot, about 10 years. I've been working with you for a good minute. And I see nothing but growth. I've seen nothing but respect. You're always developing in a new way. You're always teaching us, me and like other people, how to do it. And, we all teach each other how to grow. Like, not one man can do everything on his own. And being on your network and you being on my network, like having you on my app has been amazing. Just knowing that having a radio station like yours, what made you want to do that radio station?
What brought about Phenom Radio, we were operating, when I say we, me and my business partner, the other co-founder of Phenom Radio. At the time, I was doing the MC thing out of high school, rapping, making tapes at that time in the mall, rapping over beats, things of that nature, being a musician, in the church, in the Black church, playing an organ, playing the keyboard, playing the drums, being in tune with music my whole life, pretty much through the church and music outside of that. That transpired into making beats as a teenager up until my joining up with the military and the Air Force, linking up with my brother, me and him, thousands of dollars invested in music. And as a starving artist or an artist in pursuit of something bigger, we paid for demo kits, demo tapes. At the time, we were paying to open up, all kind of things like that, which artists pay for now in different aspects, showcases and whatnot. But we were doing that. I'm talking like 99, 98, 2000, and so on and so forth. So through that, we didn't find a lot of open doors. It was always payola. We invested in ourselves. Don't get me wrong. We invested 5 figures plus just in our studio equipment, units, photo shoots and whatnot, but trying to get into the industry, not realizing that it took that type of money to get in. We were always going to radio stations, dropping off money here, trying to get played, Realized there wasn't enough open doors. And from that grind over several years and investing in ourselves, got back to doing the FM thing. I was doing, I came back from the service. I was in Kansas, Wichita. Mm-hmm. I was up there for about 4 years, went back to West Texas, linked up with my brother Slim. He was producing. And at the time, for me and him, in my eyes, there was a couple people in that region grinding, but we didn't connect like that. I worked with them, but me and Slim we shared the same vision. So me and him sharing the same vision. I was up at the radio station. I was battling. I had already been doing, like jingles and show open intros as I was coming back from Kansas, but they never was playing independent music. They would never put us in rotation. They didn't have any open doors on FM at the time around 04, 03 for independent music outside of what was coming from the label, or you was dropping out big money. So long story short, we did that grind. I kept doing that. Some doors opened up. I got a position, an unpaid position on a FM radio station in West Texas. I worked that for about 1.5 years. It phased out. And as it phased out, online radio had already existed, but it wasn't popular at all. Mm-hmm. And that door was starting to open around, it was starting to, bring more attention around like 06, 07. And then so around that time, we started doing our own thing, opened up, we got syndicated our show that was on FM for about 1.5 years, which was the first independent spotlight in West Texas. It was on Hot 104.3, 97.3. It started out first, then it changed to Hot 104.3, Raymar Communications. Y'all can do the research on that. We were the only independent show on FM interviewing independent artists in the region and, playing our music during that time. Got a couple artists into a rotation. Through that door, that phased out. We got picked up in Hobbs, New Mexico. I believe the station is KLMA radio. They picked up our show. We stayed on there for several months doing our show that was no longer on the FM, that phased out in Lubbock. And so from there, we started Phenom Radio. And it was the most versatile hip hop station in the world. The power of the industry in the hands of the independent. That was our aim. Indie advancement, open up these doors, use our platform, invest our money to help the artists that was out there paying and trying to get on. FM, we were going to do it online. And from '08 till now, we've been doing just that, helping thousands of artists every year for free. Now, we do have paid for packages and work, and we have made money in helping propel artists in their advancements. But we do a lot of free work, giving them a platform that's been built over 10 years, being heard to our audience, running them through our network distribution system, and connecting them like with people like you and your stations and your platforms. We've been doing that. So that's how Phenom Radio started.
So since you've started Phenom Radio, you've gone on to other adventures into helping the community. You started a podcast called Plug Room. Give us the whole concept on that.
The Plug Room is a digital stream / podcast platform that is designed around community development. There's 3 categories in the Plug Room that we operate in, but the Plug Room is basically community development in the matrix, taking real people in the real world, their businesses in the real world, and distributing that out, taking that value, putting it on a platform or a stream, and letting them share that with the world, no matter if it's big or small. I've had different people on there, but the Plug Room is a place where you can plug your business and plug your brand. And with that comes a whole lot that people don't know, but that's just the starting point. And so there I operate in community development, 3 categories, which is community development 1, where I let brands come on, plug their business, plug their brand, share their value, their uniqueness, their solutions they provide with the world. The second category is audio forensics. As you know, you were a music doctor, still are a music doctor, just operating on other platforms. What we do there, we analyze the audio. I'll take some audio. If it's a spoken word, if it's an artist, it doesn't matter. If it's a speech, any form of audio, I'll take that into the Plug Room and break it down forensically as an analyst, an audio forensic analyst. And then the third category is the AU, the Art Unveiled, where I get with creators, people that produce works or art or whatever it is they produce. And I pick their brain from thought to finish on how they created that and how they got to that product. So that's what the Plug Room is all about, man. It's all about community development, building people and linking people with people.
And since you've been doing that, I've had my chance to be on your Plug Room. I've seen you've done DJs, you've done everyday people, you've done motivators. You've done a lot with Islam. I appreciate what you've been doing. It takes a lot for a brother like you to come out and just say, I want to do this and speak on the real, because a lot of people don't really touch out on the everyday person, the everyday businessman in this industry, because a lot of the Black influential businesses are never spoke on. Nobody knows where they are, who's doing what. And as a Black businessman, how do you find it hard to network and push yourself in all categories? Now you have a branch now that you're building out, interviewing certain people. How far would you want to go with this?
I plan on, inshallah, God willing, for the whatever his plan first. And I want to put that out to the world because that's how I operate. I believe that. I don't know what your beliefs are, whoever's watching this, but I believe that Allah, God, is the one creator. That is his name. And so in believing that, him giving me his essence and being who I am, I want this opportunity and the gift that I have through the Plug Room to be as big as he deems necessary. God, you know what I mean? The creator. So I'm going to do everything to answer your question that I can to push that. I want to give a spotlight to those that don't have it. I want to run their businesses I want to do community development, which is naturally what I've been doing for years through networking, through radio, through helping artists, through all that. So I want the Plug Room to be just that, what it's supposed to be, what it's destined to be, but a unique platform that doesn't necessarily spotlight the major businesses and corporations, but there's thousands, if not millions of people out there that have a business, a brand, or an idea, an art, a creation, or some form of audio that they want to share with the world. And I want them to think of the plug room as the first place to get that out there. You know what I mean? But effectively, globally around the world.
Man, like I appreciate you so much on that because a lot of people don't want to give to the modern people, like, help. Like I want to reach one and each one teach one. And that's what I learned in this game is like we grow and we develop together. And a lot of people don't seem to like understand that, like how to grow as a unit, as a community.
Yes,
And
sir.
it's like from the stuff that we've done, you working with Nerve DJs, you've worked with like, Mixed Mafia DJs, all different types of people. You have a whole bunch of networks in within you and yourself that you and I both had a chance to work on. And, watching what you've done with Phenom Radio and, your 1000 network, the plug room, the musical doctors, like, how do you get through your week, especially with your stuff on Clubhouse?
Yeah, no doubt. Well, when it comes to Clubhouse, first off, I appreciate you recognizing those things. Because I know that I'm doing the work, but I don't always get to hear it from others that they recognize and see that, or I don't always get the, hey man, I see you going hard. So thanks for that, man. But with Clubhouse One, I kind of fell off of that. I paused my notifications a lot because it can consume you.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like the internet, but people are constantly talking on their phone, so you can plug in on any conversation. So I'm chill on the Clubhouse, but we still got people on there working. It's still effective. Our brands are present. As far as the daily grind and the weekly grind, I will say I'm thankful. First off, I start every day by thanking the creator. As soon as I get the conscious thought to wake up or open my eyes or it's time to get up, I'm giving thanks there. And then I have a task manager or I have a plan. I'm intentional. I have some goals and some places I want to be in life, some things I want to do with the brands. And so I have my map laid out, my roadmap laid out. I put into my GPS, in a sense, where I want to go, if that's 3, 5, 10 years from now or 20 years from now. And so with those destinations put into my GPS, I then work on my path and my journey getting there. If I'm going to get there in a vehicle, if I'm going to fly, if I'm going to take the train, I work all those aspects out of how I'm going to get there. So Task Manager helps micromanage. I get alerts on my phone. I do keep a schedule. Google Calendar, we have all these tools. I have a whiteboard in my house with in my room, you know what I mean, where I check off things I want to do, keep in. I say my affirmations when I can. I keep up in prayer. And that's how I'm able to do all those things. I try to focus on the main things because you can spread yourself thin. You can't do everything, but everything that I can do in my ability with my breath, my power, my hands, and my know-how, I give it 100% in those things and I operate in those things. Some things go on the back burner as I'm cooking. Some things go in the warmer or over there on the cabinet. They're prepared, but they don't need to get made yet. You know what I mean? So
I get it.
that's how I do it, man. I'm thankful. I'm blessed.
So are you planning on putting out any music again?
Indeed, I do. I'm actually working on a project right now with a producer named Primo G. Primo G14 online out of the Woo World ranks, Woo World Networks. He just did some stuff with Maya Lansky, and he's doing some awesome things on the beats production. So first off, salute to Sin the Pariah, A&R at Phenom Radio. He plugged me with Primo and them. Salute to Direct Ski, RMG, all them holding it down through the mighty Woo, you know what I'm saying? But I was able to plug in, man, and so I got a project coming with him.
So speaking on that, I wanted to get into this too. The Woo Worldwide Network, you're also part of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just so deep into things. It's like, and shout out to the Woo family and everybody. And, it's been a blessing even being around that with you. Like, how did that come about?
My direct affiliations or my beginnings in the closed circuit of the Woo, I got to give respect and honor and salutes to D Cloud 9 Deviator, Kill Army DJ. That he was the one that actually got me around Cap, Ghost, Mook, Jimmy Kane, Auto, Nimrod, you know what I'm saying? Different artists and plugged me in there. I was always an outside fan, but before I got into the Woo World DJ Coalition, as you know, you were a part of that. Before I got into those ranks, it was Cloud that brought me into that. And then that's how I met those people, Vega Don, all them people that are in there, Dungeon, and work with those people. And so all I did was what I was doing outside, brought those same gifts and talents on the inside. And that's where the Woo World Network hashtag and stuff came along. You know, the Woo World DJ Coalition. Salute to DJ Juice, J.U. Ice, and everybody holding it down. Fab Free, everybody, Vega Don, the whole family, man. So,
man, it's like, you know, people don't understand how far these things branch out because there's also members in Toronto, like, you know, Moon Crickets and stuff that everybody's been involved. And, you know, Killer Priest has spent a lot of time going back and forth between the two, you know, and having to work with, like, you know, I got a chance to work with Staten Island people too. And, you know, even to drop a track from Shaheem before he went in and then play one after he got out. You know, those things are like, you know, like a lot of people don't get an opportunity to be around those things. And, you know, and like being plug rooms with, you know, with Dungeon Master and the different like members of people who support and salute to this day, like represent, you know, there's not a lot of people that even try to hold that down during the time that Woo wasn't popping as big as it is now. You know what I mean? A lot of people died out on hip hop, and you're one of the pillars that kept hip hop alive, along with myself and others. And, you know, like, what made you keep yourself in that passion?
Just that. Passion, effort, commitment, sacrifice, dedication are all different values that the creator put in me. And my love for music, my love for the culture, all aspects, the knowledge, the b-boying, the graffiti, the art, the MCing, the DJs, from all those things, those different pillars of hip hop are all a part of me. And so they don't ever leave. Those are foundational in making up Slate Stone and making up this being right here, which is why outside of all praise is due to Allah, the creator, I can only do everything he says first, but that's how I move. Those are my pillars. So music will always be there. True MCs never die. There's no age range on how you can rap or love hip hop or do music. You know, it is what it is. So that's what kept me always at it. You know, it's always evolving. It's always growing. It's always going to be there. You know what I mean? It's an energy. It's a force. You know, it's power. Like you can't. That doesn't die if it's genuinely in you and a part of you.
Facts. So like now with everything you've been doing with, you know, the plug room, with going out to doing motivational speaking, like helping the community and stuff, like where do you see yourself like 5 years from now? Or where do you want to see yourself 5 years from now?
In 5 years from now, I would like to see myself, depending on what's going on out here with this COVID, I would like to be more solid as a brand and structure. First off, I'm speaking on business right now. You know what I mean? I ain't talking about personal life. So business-wise, as a brand with the plug room and Slate Stone Music, in 5 years, I'd like to see myself solid in the matrix as we're already global, but dominant go-to as a brand. Not that it's about the money, but I'd like to be more successful in that aspect, as in the flow of currency as a current, so I can use that as a tool. And I would like to see, you know, I would like to help at least 50,000 more brands. You know what I mean? Make money in 5 years. That's 10,000 brands a year. You know what I mean? If I can do that and be of service to 50,000, 10,000 brands per year, brands, businesses, artists, whoever, people, community, if I can do that work, that's where I want to be in 5 years, because from that and from that service, I know that the universe will return to me what I'm supposed to have as far as my brand, my exposure, my business, my growth, my finances, my family, my travel. Through that 50,000, those 50,000 brands or people that I help, companies, I would also like to be able to speak and travel. I get to speak on my plug room, and I can say I'm somewhat of an introvert, not to drag it out, but I would like to speak on what it is I do, what it is I'm allowed to do through community development, as I do in the plug room and with the radio. That's what I like to be doing in the next 5 years, traveling the US, traveling the planet, as long as none of this craziness is going on, because it is getting worse. But that's what I want to do, continue to give to the community, continue to give to the people, use my energy and my source and my life and my platform as a beacon of light for truth and light. That's it. That's my main mission. I want to do that, man.
So speaking on this, how do you feel about all this stuff with the COVID stuff going on right now? Like this, the limitations of stuff that they're trying to do with people.
I believe that there is an agenda and a plan behind it all. Whatever that is specifically, I don't know. We're not on those levels, but you can see it. Yeah. If you got any type of sense or smarts and you're not caught up in the 85, the blind, deaf, and dumb, the 85% of people that just don't know or ignorant to what's going on, and not knowing, that's what I mean by ignorant. You can see what's going on, and it's a plan. So me recognizing that it's an agenda, it's a plan behind it. I think that in the end, and I just have to say this, I'm not trying to get spiritual or anything. This is just what I truly believe.
Oh, geez, you got it, brother.
Yeah, that in the end, Allah, God, is the best planner and the best knower. So it is going to be what it's going to be. If we are witnessing the fall of America right now with what's going on by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and what he's already taught us in the books, that we can go back and pinpoint these things going on right now. So you don't have to believe it. You can take it or let it alone, as we're taught. But I just think that it's an agenda. It's a plan behind it. You see how they push it off on people. You see how they weren't even concerned about it 2 years ago. Yep. And when I say they weren't concerned about it, they weren't concerned about you getting vacations, is what we'll call them, so they don't disrupt the stream. They weren't worried about you getting a vacation in your body. You know what I mean? Yeah. For nothing. They weren't worried about cancer like that. They weren't worried about finding cures for asthma, as I have, or high blood pressure, right, or none of that.
Touching on that, how do you feel about that situation where they're talking about the difference between what happened with Magic Johnson and he was able to play, but then they won't allow certain players to play if they don't go on vacation?
Well, I've seen that circulating. I don't feel any kind of way about it. I think that whoever put that out there, because I don't even know the details around Magic and if he was full blown at that time or what, you know what I mean? I don't know. So I don't feel any kind of way about it. I do think that it goes right back to what I was saying. There's an agenda, you know what I mean? Like, there's people playing with all kind of other stuff that y'all got contracts and playing, and y'all let them go. But, oh, if you doing this, you can't play. Like, that don't make sense. Well, you know what I mean? And it's really, I'll just say right now, it's really, there's something called product separation. And you can look up those words, product or separation. But with separation, you either this or that.
Yeah.
Ain't no in between. Mm-hmm. And I feel that the creator has brought us to a point where you have to choose, and that's all that they're doing. You either with us or you not. That's all it is. You either, if some people want to call it the mark of the beast, some people want to call it depopular, whatever.
Yeah.
You either with it or you not. You either with truth or you with the falsifying.
Facts.
That's it. Because truth is, like you just said, facts. Truth is, this is what it does. This is the plan. This is what they've been saying. This is the agenda. This is the deaths. This is what the reactions. That's truth. That don't waver for nobody. Then you got all this playing and this sports announcer saying this and all this media propaganda.
I get it, and I see a lot of the stuff out there because, like, even one of the biggest things I've been following you doing is speaking on nutrition and food, and what you put in your body now, and it stables your mind. It actually, health is a big thing, and a lot of people not learning that. And what you put in your body affects you. And and I've been reading a lot about it. It's been opening my mind like a lot, and then seeing you speaking on it more, it just like it feels good to know there's other people that are really taking that in consideration. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people don't know what kind of foods and stuff could help your immune system and stuff and build you. You know what I mean?
Yep. Your health is your wealth. You only got one body.
Facts. And then I appreciate that. And then, like, what made you want to speak on that more? Like I started to see you get into that a lot. And then, like, did anything ever happen in your situation of eating certain things that made you want to change?
Well, what happened was I was exposed to the life-giving teachings. And I don't just call them life-giving teachings because that's something I want to call it. It's because that's what it is. Back to that fact side. Those teachings will give you life, and that more, as we heard, abundantly. So, there is food out there. Not all food is good food to eat. You know what I mean? And being exposed to the teachings and learning more of who we are, that knowledge of self, and learning truth from falsehood, it was naturally like right for me to delve in that. And it goes back to the mission that I said is to resurrect the spiritually and mentally dead of our people, how we've been disconnected, who have no knowledge of self. As I'm able, some people say, oh, I'm woke. Yeah. You can be woke, but laying in the bed. You can be conscious, but not active.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So everybody can scream woke all you want to, but unless you're actively pursuing, active in the struggle, active in the resurrection of our people, and then you really not doing nothing. So that was what, to answer your question, it was that changed. It wasn't a health thing that happened to me, although I was not eating healthy. I was a little bit bigger. I was eating all kind of stuff, eating all kind of meats and cheese, pizza, and all that stuff, man, we see all day, fast food. We see it all day. We live in that kind of society to where we don't want to prepare a meal.
Facts.
We don't even know how to prepare.
And that's the thing a lot of people don't understand.
Our body.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was that, being exposed to the teachings, which got me. How to Eat to Live book 1, How to Eat to Live book 2 is what got me into to that.
See, and that's why I appreciate you a lot, is because there's not too many people that you could talk about with the teachings and like what goes on of life's changing and putting yourself in the spiritual aspect of learning how to be one and oneself. Like, you know what I mean? Like the powers of Allah is like every day I get up and pray. Like, I'm always thankful for everything that's happening in my life. And, my life wasn't always so good. Like a lot of us won't. And then, once you start to find yourself and you find that peace, that like every day I look at the stuff you're talking about, I listen to the interviews, and then there's a lot of passionate people that you have that are just like hard on it, like about what's going on in the world and really want people to change and understand. And I feel that. And, for you bringing out the plug room, that just gave me a whole new aspect of how to look at people and how to look at the industry. Because you're not just doing the music, you're about the people.
Yes, sir.
And then I want to give you your flowers in that and respect, because I love what you're doing for the community. And can you tell the people where to find, everything that you're doing?
Indeed. for those, first off, I want to say much love and respect to you, DJ Disspare. We've been working together for 10 plus years, on and offline, but in the matrix. So salute to you for all that you do and have done for Phenom Radio, the 1000 Network, the Woo World Network, Woo World Radio, Woo World DJs, Mixed Mafia DJs, Artist Network Conference Call, all those things that you've been a part of with me in building. Salute to you for that, man. And even Matza Gold and so on and so forth. So salute and respect and much love to you for that. If anybody's looking for more information on me, on any internet connection, put at Slate Stone Music, the at symbol Slate Stone Music, one word, or hashtag 1000 Network, that's 1000 Network, or at Phenom Radio, Phenomenal Radio. And those three things, you're going to find me. You're going to find me all over. And I say that because with those three that I just mentioned, there are others.
Yeah.
But we enter our information in the matrix across everywhere like that. So although some stuff may pull up that's not about me or people have linked their stuff to it, you'll find me at Instagram, at Slate Stone Music, at Phenom Radio, Facebook, Slate Stone Music, Phenom Radio, Twitter, same thing, Flickr, same thing, Pinterest, same thing, Yahoo, same thing, Google, same thing. You know, so,
man, I love it, man. I love it. Because, people don't seem to understand is like when we get together and talk, it's like, okay, yo, bro, check this out. You need to be on here. That's a support. That's a thing that people don't seem to understand, that everybody's got the same ideas. Everybody's got the same type of networks. It's how you use it and how you build it. And, and all egos aside, we're a bunch of men in the industry trying to help each other out, women too, and everybody in like different aspects. And to help each other is the way you grow. And that's what I love about being around you and the knowledge of self with the family and the things, learning different things and being around the right people. In this game, it's hard, to be around the right people that even know what they're talking about. And watching you to build your networks, and I even followed your steps on building some things with my networks, and I salute you for even the teachings and, being a brother. And, that note, does anybody want to shout out?
Yeah, man. I definitely want to, again, salute to you, DJ Disspare, Street Killers, your whole network. I want to say peace and blessings, salute to my son, all the supporters of Phenom Radio. Salute to my brothers in the Nation of Islam, the Fruit of Islam. Much love and respect to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the Messenger, Master Fard Muhammad, Allah, God in person, and Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, Islam, the entire nation, all those people, all our people, all the original people out here, all our brothers and sisters. This is my salute and shout out to you all. I love you. Focus on what's right. Stand for truth. Stand for light. And do the research. Do the knowledge. Don't just bypass something because you've heard something about it or somebody said something about it, or you just following what you think you may know. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And the fact is, I'm not even going to get into that conversation, but you might hear, I heard him say Nation of Islam. Why can't you? Why don't you rock with it? What have you heard? What is the actual facts? What is the truth behind it?
Facts. When
you do that, you'll see that the nation is the truth, man. And
well, a lot of people need to understand that there's a lot of us in the industry, and that's the thing that they don't understand.
Indeed.
Especially from being a part of Zulu Nation. Like I ended up meeting brothers from Chicago that was running the head of the warrior situation and the security that go to the events for the Brothers of Islam and all the stuff as security. So a lot of people don't understand how all of that is tied with each other, and the music industry too. So I'm glad that you get to put that out there and like we get to actually speak on it without being discriminated or being judged.
Yeah. Yeah, man. And not to cut you off, but just even hip hop in general, like, the 5%ers. Mm-hmm. Go check the roots of that. Zulu Nation, like you said, go check the roots of that. Black Panther Party, go check some of their teachings and the roots of that. you know, the 12-point program and all that. Like, go check all that stuff out and see where the root of that is. You know what I mean? And don't just take somebody's word for it, man. So shout out to everybody that watches this. If I fall off and die in the next 5 minutes or two, you know, whatever, you know, but at least y'all got to hear this portion of me, and I had this opportunity with my brother to share and build. So,
oh man, you're gonna be here for a long time, man, and I really appreciate you.
yes, sir. Likewise, my brother. Likewise, man.
You know, we got the fire. Follow the world best DJ Disspare on Twitter, Facebook.